How about now? Can we possibly, maybe, probably hear me? It looks like there's a possibility. Maybe? I hope so. It looks like. Okay, low, but you can hear me. Hmm. So why is it low? Oh, maybe I just have to speak up. But we have audio. It looks like something. Sound is back. Yay. I'm sorry you guys. We had audio issues last time I was live. And then I figured, I fixed some stuff, and I guess I didn't fix it good enough. Uh, I, I tested stuff, and it looked like it worked, but I guess it didn't want to work. So I start again. Hello, Tam. Hello, D Yummy Elmo. Hello, Suzanne. And hello, Dreeny. Trey Joyner. And May is in the house. How are you guys doing? Trey is looking at the round condiment squeeze bottles, but you're not an online shopper. So I guess you are today. Maybe. Hello, Bud Files. How are you guys? I hope that you had a better week than I had. Hello, Jessica. Thank you very much. Yeah, I am not the most cheerful of people today, and life happens, you know? It is what it is, but I'm gonna hang out and just have some fun crochet time. There will be some explanations to why my mood isn't the best because I'd rather just put it out there instead of being, in a bad mood, or not a bad mood, but like, you know, not in the best of moods for a while. And maybe people will have some understanding of why I am the way I am. Hello, Zoila. How are you doing? Should we take a little sneak peek into what I've been, the progress of this ginormous Asteria? So this is birthday yarn from Rita and her mom. And, well, I am on the last row of petals. Um, this will be, finished whenever this round is finished because I don't have a lot of yarn left. Yeah, this is what I still have. So there's a little bit left of the lighter color inside before we go fully solid blue. Same with the other one. You do see a little bit of the lighter blue in the center, and then we're going full blue. So yeah, 2 cakes, but it's big. Like, it's really big. Well, it's not going to be that much bigger. The petals that I have that I'm working on in between these larger petals are hopefully going to be about the same size as the petals here in front of it. But I'll just keep going until I run out of yarn. And if the petals are smaller, then that's fine too. I just want to use all the yarn up. As you can probably tell, the petals grow bigger and bigger every row. So I hope to have this row also be in larger petals than the previous row, but I'm fine with them being the same size. Or I've done a couple of these with various results of, whatever the last row of petals look like. In this case, it's kind of like rounding it off if I would to end this petal now, because the peaks of these petals are about the same, so it's kind of just rounding it off a little bit. So I don't know, we'll see, but I have plenty of yarn left. I don't see it being a issue at the moment to like try and figure out how big the petals are going to be or not. Hello, ABD, how are you doing? Good to see you. I hope you're all doing good. And I will be just crocheting for a little bit, and then I'm gonna give you guys a little update about stuff. Well, I can update about some stuff as I crochet, because since we last saw each other, we've had Minimi's birthday party, and all of the things that comes with And now a 5-year-old. Very important, the numbers. She was 4.5 and now she is 5. Big numbers, big girl. We had a good birthday party for her. And she had, she got plenty of new gifts. She got a new bicycle because she grew out of the old one. Just good stuff. Hello, Doggy Life. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yes, we did have cake and presents for her. Indeed. Cakes is definitely needed. She had the cutest thing though. Like, you need to have candles, either the number, just a number of whatever age you're turning, or the right amount of candles on your cake, because how are you else going to be able to know how old you get if there's no numbers on the cake? The wisdom of a 5-year-old. You need to have either the number 5 or 5 candles. Otherwise, no one knows how old she's turning. But everyone knew because she'd been telling everyone, even at the grocery store for the last few weeks, that, oh, it's my birthday soon, I will be 5. Yeah. The bus driver also is very aware of her age. I don't know if he needed to know that, but she needed him to know that, I guess. You agree that there needs to be numbers of candles, or a number-shaped candle? Very important stuff. You love candles. Does she speak English? No, she does not. Well, she can count to like 4, I think. And she has been listening to like nursery rhymes songs. Like, I do think she can do a couple of the letters of the alphabet song. But she's 5, and they're not starting any English like training or teaching in daycare. That will happen in 2nd grade. She will start English. So I don't have any expectations yet, but she does hear a lot of English around the house, and she does know more than a lot of her, same age kids. You love candles. You always did that for your daughters? Well, clearly I have to pretty much do the same. Because otherwise, she doesn't know how old she turns. Or everyone else, I guess. So that part of the week was good. Birthday kid got to decide what to eat on her birthday. So McDonald's. In the next town over, because they have a better playroom. The small things that decides what happens. It's probably not what you expect, but that's important. I guess. Oh. So I know that there's not a lot of people here at the moment, and I don't want to say, I don't want to repeat some stuff over and over again. I'm just gonna, let you guys know what happened, and I guess I have to refer people to the first, 10 minutes or so? 15 minutes? I don't know. No, we're at 13 minutes now, so like the first half an hour or something. I'm gonna breathe, I'm gonna crochet, and then I'm gonna talk, okay? Because it's been a week, and I was like, should I post a community post? What should I do? And I don't know if I'm doing it the way I should do it or whatnot. It's just like the easy way for me, because I can't form words at the moment. I know I promised everyone that I was gonna put up the sandwich cake videos. I made thumbnails. They're pretty much done, I guess. I didn't get to that because life happened. I don't really talk about a lot of personal stuff. And I will have to share some personal stuff to be able to explain this, I guess. Um, Hello, Nifty. How are you doing? Good to see you. Um, so, my big kid, his dad used to live in the US for many years. And he has a life in the US, or he had a life in the US before we met, right? In California. And I have mentioned that Big Kid's grandparents live in California, because they do. They're in LA. But there's more to that side of things. Big Kid also has a big sister in California. And she's no longer with us. I knew this was gonna happen. I'm sorry. She was in a car accident last weekend. And it took a few days before we found out because of, well, distance makes things complicated. And I know people be like, but she was all over, like all the way over there. Like, there's a lot of people that's like, did you even know her? It's like, well, yeah, I was with her dad for a bunch of years. She was here for 9 months. She did meet her baby brother, which is my big kid. They do also have a little sister, that isn't mine, but she didn't get to meet her big sister. She was just about to turn 29 in a few weeks. And we don't know a lot about what happened yet. There's, you hear stuff, but until it's all fully investigated, we don't really know. But it was raining, and some information that has come out is that there might have been traffic coming over in the wrong lane, and that she tried to avoid collision and ended up in a ditch and rolled her car. The sad thing is that both her and her friend probably would have made it if they'd worn seatbelts. It's one of them things, It's an easy thing to do. Just wear seatbelts. But I guess it's we don't know, like, that her friend was found outside of the car, and they couldn't do anything for her on site. They declared her there, and Big Kid's sister was taken to hospital, and they declared her at the hospital. So they tried. Hi, Sprue. She was a really good driver. Like, cars was her thing. So in a way, I guess at least she did something she loved. But she just, recently got a new truck. She loved that truck. It's just hard to process all of that and just, try to be there for my kid. Hey, Take. My big kid's older sister. I'm gonna try and, well, I he understands, in his own way. He's got his special needs. He knows all of this, and he's just not really wanted to talk. He's been here for over the weekend, and he knows, but it took him some time to even want to talk, and I let him not talk if he doesn't want to talk. We did some jigsaw puzzling, and then he wanted to play with his you know phone and tablet and whatnot. It's like, yeah, okay, you do that. We did watch Melodifestivalen last night. And we did have a lot of fun. Like, there was laughs. It's not like it was total sadness over here the whole weekend, but it was a hard thing to find this out like early morning. I think it was like not even 8 o'clock in the morning on Mini-Me's birthday. So trying to juggle, like, keeping face for her at the same time as processing what's been going on and trying to get a hold of people, because technology isn't our friend at the moment, for several reasons. But I've had to be a middleman in all of this and try to get a hold of people, because unfortunately Big Kid's dad has limits with his basically his Facebook got hacked a few months ago, so he doesn't have a Facebook. That's why it was so hard to get a hold of him. Like, people couldn't get a hold of him, like they didn't know how to. So I had people telling me that this happened, and then we had to tell him. So it was just a lot, and I've been trying to get a hold of what's going on, because everything is in California. Like, it's not like we can just jump on a plane and be like, oh, let's sort out everything with all of that stuff, right? And I know that this is it doesn't, I'm not expecting anything from anyone. I'm just I want you guys to know why I'm not my best at the moment. But I did post in the link, or in the description box, there's a link to it's not a GoFundMe, but it's a similar thing. Because we didn't expect this, to for helping with the costs around all of the things that needs to happen now. Her dog did get injured in the accident, so whatever isn't, if there's any leftovers, it's gonna be for medical or vet bills for the dog. But it's just, at least maybe you can share it. Yeah, I'm just trying to do what I can do from here, and it's not as much as I wish I could do, So yeah, it is what it is, and I can just try it and pick myself up, and so that I can especially support my big kid at this moment. It just sucks that it's the good people that just go first for some reason. She was just a couple years older than your youngest. Yep. So I don't know if, when, whatnot, that I wasn't wearing a headband on my stream, but I was like, I can't figure out which one to put on because none seems appropriate today. So I just felt like, for once, I'm not wearing one. It feels odd. And I also want to not sit here and cry the whole live stream because I was like, should I do something for her? Maybe I should sit here and crochet sunflowers. Because that was her favorite flower. Because I do have my sunflower coaster pattern. Like, I could make a couple of sunflowers or just, like, take a couple of my sunflowers that I already had made and make them into something. But I was like, if I'm going to do that, I'm probably going to sit here crying the whole time instead because it's just going to be all the emotions. And it's like, nope, we're not going down that road. You noticed something was different, but you couldn't figure out what? Yeah, no headband. That's a once in a blue moon type of situation, right? We're not used to that. I'm always full of something. Sparkles, jiggly bits, something, but not today. I'm sorry, you guys. But on something totally different, I've been on volcano watch again. Maybe, hopefully, possibly, probably we will have an eruption on Iceland soon again. So I have my live streams up and running pretty much 24/7, watching for earthquakes and possible signs of life for, yeah, I'm waiting for that to happen. So that's going to happen really soon. And if you were here to see what yarn I got for my birthday, I'm just waiting for an eruption to happen so I can start to play with my birthday yarn because I did get birthday volcano yarn. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's these ones. These pretty ones are gonna be something volcano inspired because we need to talk about yarn and squishy stuff right now. So I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do yet, but I want to do something reversible, and what I want to do something where you can, like, like this, but maybe with peeking through type of situation, so you do see a little bit of the other color between stitches in some way. Poncho wrap, I don't know, but yeah, I'm thinking like snow-covered mountain peak going into like lava, right? We got snowy mountain and then dark lava, and on the other side we've got the hot lava and cooling down to red. So that's gonna be fun, but I haven't totally figured out what they're gonna be yet, but it's my next volcano project, so that is decided. We just need an eruption and maybe some more deep dives into like what type of stitches would look good or pattern. I did have this little baggie with me the whole last week for bus trips and whatnot, but I couldn't figure anything out. I did bring a bunch of just cotton yarns to try and test stitches for like the reversible type of stitches, but I never got to do that. But I am prepared. I do have this with me, but it wasn't any long bus rides, and this one's still in the bag, so these are all in my go bag, as always. There's stuff in my go bag. Um, but I've mostly just been working on the Asteria when I've had time to crochet. Um, just because it's just, I already have it to work on. I know what to do. I just need to read the pattern and do the stitches. And sometimes that's all you need, right? Just someone to tell you what to do and that you do it. And in this case, just follow a pattern, not try and figure out what pattern, what yarn. So when I'm finished with this, I'm probably gonna sit here and be like, what am I gonna do next? Even though I have stuff to pick up, it's just like a little bit of a, I don't know. I don't want to say that I lost my crojo. It's just a little bit of a inspiration breakdown type of situation, and it's been going on for a few weeks actually. I have mentioned it that it's like I don't really know what to do. I have some projects that I want to start, but it's, do I really want to start it now? You know. Because I do have the blanket that I want to start, but I don't want to start it too soon either. Well, too soon. Like, if I start it, maybe that's all I'm gonna do, and I have other things I need to do, like turtles. But I do have these that I need, that I don't need to. I want to start. I just haven't figured out if I'm gonna do it like I did the other blanket that's on my bed with 3 double crochets clusters, or if I should go for like 4 double crochet clusters. And I'm sorry for all the crinkling, but these are the colors next blanket will be. You had a dream the other night that you and I were crocheting together, and you asked what I wanted, and you wanted a pretty poncho like Rita. Oh, that is cute. Oh, well, I did mention or think about that the volcano yarn might be a poncho. That was my initial thought. There's so many things I want to do at the moment. It just feels like I don't have right yarn for it. Does that make sense? Like, I have all of these yarns where like they're 2 cakes, and I want to keep them together, and I need to figure out, well, like, what can I do? What 2 cake projects? It's silly. Like, I'm earmarking yarn in a way that doesn't really make sense. Like, I need to use these together. I need to use these, and I'm painting up a picture of like what I want to do with it, but I can't find patterns. I can't. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Did I? Yes. So, guys, tell me, what have you been doing? Like, what are you working on? Cheerful stuff now. I was smart enough to not put up any mascara or anything, because I knew that it would be raccoon face over here if I did that. I was like, maybe I should, because I really felt like it in a way. Like, I, make myself feel better in any way possible, really. But I know that the best way to feel better is to hang out with my friends. So that's basically why I'm here right now. I was really debating, like, should I do this tonight? Am I in the right mindset to do it? And I need my friends. So. Because I really appreciate you guys. 4 mandala square poncho for Michi's birthday party. Ooh, is that where you're working on right now? You're knitting a fuzzy 6-weight baby blanket. That's a chunky one. Hello, Rike. How are you doing? Good to see you. I don't even remember. I know you had a rough week, but I don't know if I told you what. I don't even know when I talked to you last time. I'm sorry. Not really good. No. Um, but it is what it is. Hello, Elaine. Good to see you too. I guess I can do a recap in a bit. Maybe a little bit. I'm probably gonna get some questions or just, it is what it is. But long story short, my big kid's older sister passed away last weekend. So please wear seatbelts, everyone. That was a very short version of of what I just said, but yeah, I guess that will work. It explains enough. So, yeah, I did talk more in detail in the beginning, but I did also have audio issues for a few minutes. So, yeah, it's been a week. Well, not a whole week. Well, yeah, it's been a lot with birthday presents and parties and 5-year-olds that is just can't stop talking about that she turns 5. That is true, Tank. That is true. Thank you. Mm. I wish I was better with like words. I could have just written something on my community tab and maybe have already like got it out of my system a little bit and not sit here crying as much, but it would have taken me hours and buckets of tears to even try and get something, and I wouldn't have anything that I would be happy enough about posting anyway. So yeah. Well, for today, I feel it's fine to do that, and then I just have to get it out a little bit, and then I can be happy me again soon, I hope. But also, sandwich cake videos needs to come up, and I want to hang out more. If your messages are showing up, I see your messages, Tam, in the chat. The chat not working for you? Because that's the only way. Yeah. Only place I see you messaging. I don't see any messages anywhere else. So if you try to send other type of messages, then no, they're not showing. But in the chat, they are. We've seen it all, good, bad, and ugly. Yeah, that's just what happens. Life happens. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Right? And also, I am reading all your messages. I'm not just, I'm not ignoring you guys. I see it all. I might just not do my normal responding to every message. Not at the moment. I hope you don't feel left out. Oh, you got me on the TV and you can't read the chat messages on the TV? Makes sense. no idea what the sounds was outside, but there was some weird sounds. And now they disappeared, so I guess move on and don't worry about it. Oh. So, this Asteria is working up nicely. Faster than I thought it would, but this is pretty much the only thing I have really been working on for the last, well, since my birthday, since that's when I got the yarn, and I did start it straight away, didn't I? I want to say I started it pretty much the same day. It's like a big swatch. How big is an Asteria gonna be if I use two yarns or two cakes instead of one? Double strand it and see what it turns out to be. You know? It just feels like I'm in a swatchy type of period with my blanket, doing like a blanket out of one cake. I have blankets made out of two cakes and four cakes from before. And I pick on people that do swatches because I never do swatches, and I'm pretty much just doing swatches, but in like big scale. Like with the huge blanket that's on my bed now, that is, you're like, how big is a blanket gonna be if I use 6 skeins of yarn? The mega balls. Let's watch it. Silly. Well, maybe not that silly, but a little bit silly. I do have 4 skeins of mega ball, but like in the worsted weight instead of the DK weight. I've been thinking about what I could do with that. Because that was free yarn. Because Hobie messed up when I ordered the mega balls for the blanket on the bed. I don't know if you remember, but I did order, the 6 skeins of DK weight yarn. And I got DK weight for the purple and the gray, but for the gold, they sent me worsted weight yarn, right? So I messaged them and I was like, well, I ordered 2 skeins of DK weight mega ball in gold, but I got 2 of the worsted weight, which is, they call it Aran. And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. We're going to send you out replacements. You keep the ones that we accidentally sent you. It's all good. And then a few days later, I got, the replacement, which was also worsted weight. And I messaged them again. I was like, well, I'm sorry to say, but I got the wrong ones again. I need the DK weight. And I got worsted weight for the second time. And they're like, oh, we're so sorry. You keep them and we send the replacement. So that's how I ended up with 4 skeins of Mega Ball in gold worsted that I don't really know what to do with. But they are definitely, handy in case I just stumble across like a new pretty blanket pattern that I want to try out. Because I think that's what I want to do with it. But I also have been thinking that 4 worsted weight, like I could make myself like a coat, like a proper long coat with that amount of yarn. But I have no idea why I would make one, because unfortunately it's gold and I don't know if I can pull off a gold coat. And I'm kind of thinking similar to like Puff Stitch Purgatory cardigan, but a longer one. Not that many puff stitches though. We're not going down the road of a remake of Puff Stitch Purgatory. Not in a solid color. If I ever would do that, if I ever go down the road of Puff Stitch Purgatory, we need colorful yarn. Hello, Winsome. How are you doing? Good to see you. Coat is so comfy. Yeah, I think that would be a fun thing to do. I'm not sure I would wear a gold coat. Like a proper robe. I'm thinking like Harry Potter style-esque, wizard robe. I think I have enough yarn for that. But that's just a crazy thought. And it comes and goes. I have had that thought before. Well, not like a cloak, an actual robe, like a more fitted, but like, floor length. Like a, yeah, not like big flowy style, like just more of a straight, I need shape, but, yeah, just something crazy like that sounds right to pop up in my head. I finally got to finish this row. I need to find my pattern again. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to chain one. Vampire superhero cape. But that's just like a cape that doesn't have sleeves. I want sleeves. Superhero capes are just like, throw over your shoulder type of thing. I'm vibing sleeves. So I think, can you do sleeves on a hero cape? I don't know. I'm supposed to have 5 single crochets. One more. There we go. You sent me something to smile about on Discord. Thank you. Sleeved poncho. Well, that is true. That is a thing. So at the moment, I'm being bougie with elderflower bubbly. Yep. I'm actually emptying out. No, I'm not emptying out. Well, I kind of. I did have a couple of bubblies left after my birthday. So that's where I'm probably gonna end up emptying out what I had left over. And I'm supposed to do front post puff stitches. I'm doing puff stitches, but I'm doing front post puff stitches. I'm not, you go over there, but these are all front post puff stitches. So they do have a little bit of a different look to them. Sherlock Holmes London trench coat. Yes, that sounds right. Hello, Tracy. How are you doing? Good to see you. There is quite a bunch of puff stitches. I want to say is it 13 on all of these? No, there's 14 on each petal that I have puffs on. There's 14, and there is how many petals on each, or how many leaves is it on each? So I have 12 times 14. And then another set of 12 times 14, and I'm gonna do another now. So that would be 12 times 3 times 14. If you want to do math of me and puff stitches in this hysteria. And we know how much I love puff stitches. That's why we're here, right? And I am supposed to do puff stitch and then a single crochet, puff stitch. Yes, okay. Oh, where did I get my hooked? Where it wasn't supposed to hook onto. Oh. I realized today that I need to get my hair cut again. I know I mentioned it not too long ago that I was annoyed about my, my hair and my face. Hello Dutchman, how are you doing? But now I have come to the realization that my hair is looking pretty darn dry on the ends as well. I did get a new shampoo, and my hair seemed to really like that one. So it was really obvious what was dry and not able to, feel better from the new shampoo, and the rest feels really silky and smooth. So I need to deal with that. Well, not now, but soon. Maybe I'll find energy and inspiration to do that this week. Because now I have a few days for me, myself, and I. And hopefully I'll have energy to hang out with you a couple of times this week. I really want to, because I can and all of that. And I keep saying it. Last me week, I totally failed on what I wanted to do. So, no promises, possibly pop-ups. I like my pop-ups. But I do have some meetings and things that I know already it's going to be interfering, so there will be days that I just don't think I can. So it's not going to be all week. I'm kind of thinking these puff stitches are very much a yarn eater. That for this row, I will not have enough of this. At the moment, we have the dark blue and the light blue in the puff stitches. Oh my god, my nose sounds terrible. I'm sorry. But we will soon run out of the lighter color. I think here you can see that we only have solid dark blue. So there's not a lot left. And soon we will have all just solid dark blue puffs on the petals here. So that's going to be interesting to see how that looks. Yeah, minutes for myself now and then, for sure. Definitely needed. You took your son to the neurosurgeon yesterday and it's not good? Oh no. That doesn't sound good at all. Hope he feels better. Oh. I'm not a fan of puff stitches. I think that's the biggest problem. Not the biggest problem. Like, getting them even is one problem, but getting the hook through all of the yarn overs, yeah, not the easiest. My big kid is being looked at for possible scoliosis. We just recently noticed some stuff, and we're waiting for more information. Bringing smiles and a lot of them. Hello, Rita. How are you doing? Is mom sleeping now? Yeah, I've been sitting here crying. I did tell you a little bit of the news I got. But yeah, we're not crying anymore now. But Rita, this is what's left of my birthday cakes from you. Birthday cakes are soon gone. Mom is not sleeping. Why is she not sleeping? But Rita, do you see how big this is? Like it's big, big, big. Can you see how big it is? Yeah, I want to say that about this far back I need to be. Okay. And then you might be able to see all of it. It's working up so much faster double-stranded though. Or not, probably the same amount of time to make the other ones. It's just, growing faster because it's double-stranding, so it's bigger. But it is also like really dense and thick and heavy like the other ones. But what am I gonna use it for? It's not big enough to be a blanket. It pretty much just covers my, my knees and up to my belly button, I guess, and not down on the sides. So it's, yeah, I can't really use it as a blanket. Would it be too pretty to walk on it? Should I use it as a rug? I don't know. I don't know where, in that case, that would look good as a rug. Like, the only thing I think of, like, small rugs is bathroom. Have it next to the bed? Maybe. I have big, ugly rugs next to the bed because it's so cold. I have, old, like, woven out of, I don't know, old strips of fabric. We call them trasmattor. I don't know how to translate that, but it's pretty much just old fabrics cut to stripes, and then you wove them into rugs. So I have that. Two different ones. Two very next to my bed. Right. I took pictures to show you guys how the blanket looks on my bed. I should post that. And then you could see my ugly rugs next to my bed. It looks bad. Like, really, when I say it looks bad, I don't mean that it looks bad as, let's my bedroom looks very empty. Okay? Let's just deal with that fact that my bedroom is very empty. So that's how big the blanket is on my bed. Do we see that? I hope we're seeing something. Okay. So you can see a little bit of my pillows at the top. And then the ugly carpet. And, we have overhang on one side. So if I had made it narrower, we would have had... See, there's the overhang on the other side. So if I'd made it narrower, it would have been, enough to cover my pillows. Um, but yeah, that's what my bedroom looks like. Very minimalistic. Let's go with that. Yeah. Mm-mm. Mom isn't sleeping yet, but she's been in bed most of the day. But you've been able to knit. That's good. That is good. Really nice. You wanted to see that? I've been sleeping with the blanket on top of, yeah, like I have my regular duvet, yeah, but it's so cold. So I really love that it turned it out into like a weighted blanket with the other one on top. It's been nice. Um, it wasn't the best when I had. Okay, maybe too much information, but like it's cold in my apartment, right? And there was a day where I was like, I'm really, really cold. So I had my wheat pillow heated up. I had PJs, I had a lot of layers. And then the blanket, and I had a headache waking up because I think I didn't move that much because of the weight, but also that it was hot for some reason. So I had a bad headache the other day. It was really, really bad. And I've been just sore. Also, I've been jigsaw puzzling, so maybe that's, a little bit of a different muscles, but my neck, Rita, my neck needs you. My neck misses you. That's how bad it's been. I need to, like when I turn my head, it's making weird sounds. It's like a crispy sound in my neck. Don't think that's the best. Um, just pull it down and put a few decorative pillows. Yeah, I don't really mind the gap, to be honest. Bougie Granny D, how are you doing? Good to see you. Mom will sleep soon. Awesome. More info? What did I miss? Mm-mm-mm. Oh, okay. Okay. Surgeries doesn't that no, that doesn't sound good. Um okay. Should have had some paper or something here. Oh, maybe this will help. I don't really use nose spray. Not my favorite thing. I have this little handy thing. I don't even know what it is, but it's like a menthol little bead inside of just a plastic tube. And I shake it a little bit and then I sniff it. And it's like just menthol. And it helps. I don't hate nasal sprays, but this is just more easy. Like there's nothing running anywhere. It just fresh minty stuff. I don't know. Do you guys have anything like this? Because I don't think this is a very common thing. Like I don't really know any people other than me using them. I just like them. But they might be a bit of an odd thing. You also love them? Hello, Don P. You have them and they're called Wix sticks. Okay. I don't know what these are because I guess if it had some type of label, something, it's gone. It's very gone. All I have is a white tube. I'm just, trying to explain what it is that I'm sniffing on so no one gets it, weird ideas because it's nothing weird about that. I got it at the pharmacy. Do I ever put a beanie on when I'm cold? Only when I go out. I don't wear stuff indoors. No, not on my head. Occasionally I can pull, like if I have a hoodie, I can pull the hood up. But most of the time, to be honest, I have my headset on. Um, so it's kind of tricky to do that. Even though I do have a headset on top of my beanie when I walk out. If I'm, going back and forth to daycare, I listen to music or something as I walk. Just so I do layer in that way. Um, but yeah, no, I don't. I'm not really the biggest fans of beanies overall. Like I'd rather not use them if I don't have to, and if it's cold, you have to. Um, so that's pretty much the only reason I do wear them. Yeah, I don't know if the Wix stick is helping that much right now. It's not that I have a cold or anything. I did have a bit of a crying session here earlier because I told everyone about what my last week has been, and I lost a family member. So there's that. It's been not the best. So my congestion type of situation is from crying. Yeah. But we don't want to repeat that, so if you want details, you can always watch a replay. There's also a little bit of a information in the not maybe that much information, but in the description box, there's a link to like kind of like a GoFundMe situation thing. There's some stuff in there, but not a lot. It's something. I need to come to you soon? Yeah, sounds like a good plan. I do have a meeting in Tuesday in your town. So I will be, well, not that far away on Tuesday. Maybe that would work out. Yeah, I'll let you know when. What time was that meeting? That's what I was gonna look at. My meeting on Tuesday is 2 to like possibly 4. 3:30, 4-ish. Maybe possibly after that, Rita. Oh, the puff stitches here is no fun. I do like the fact that I have to, but that there's post puff stitches. You do them, front post around something that has quite a big space to work in. I do like that aspect of these puffs. I think that's also one of the reasons to why I have made as many of these as I have. I never remember if this is like 7th, 8th, I don't know. But I have done a bunch of these ones. So I think, like, I don't like puff stitches. I love how this looks. And I probably would have done less of these if it was regular puff stitches, to be honest. Any tips for tension? Are we talking about tension with yarn tension? Do you feel like what type of um, would you say that you have a tight tension or a loose tension or all over the place type of tension? What feels best for you? Like figure that out. Because sometimes it could be, a case of different tensions is needed for different things. But hook size can also be a difference. Sometimes you need to alter your hook size and not your tension for the result to look the way you want it to. That you have a good tension, but the hook size you're using might be what's suggested on the yarn, but not great for what you want to make of it. If that makes sense. I know that I often crochet loosely. Some stuff I don't crochet loosely. There's times where I, tighten up my tension. But overall, I'm a loose hooker, right? And if there's certain, it needs to look a certain way, I have to change my hook size to make up for the difference most often. You have tight and loose on the first row. The first row, very often the chain go up hook sizes on that, and then when you go, the row back, you downsize. So you go bigger for the first chains, and then you go to the hook size that you want for the rest. Yeah, first row is always a pain. Lots of practice improves yarn tension techniques. That is also true. It took me a while to figure out hook sizes and like what works best for me, but I kind of got stuck in using the same type of yarn with my cakes. I wouldn't say like straight away, but I did venture out to make like shawls out of these fancy cakes pretty early on, I'd say. And I always realized that I don't like the look of it. So I had to fiddle around, and downsizing hooks was my thing to make it look good. There was some frogging involved in that process. Crocheting seems like a lot like rugby. You have a first row, a tight head, a loose head on the first row, and then between them a hooker. Well, how about that? Yeah, foundation rows can be the key also. I don't do foundation rows very often because I haven't practiced them enough. I can't just like start without having to like look at a tutorial or something. I can't just like do them like that. If that makes sense. Well, I did say bring some smiles. Yeah, thanks for some smiles. I need them today. Today is one of them days where smiles is needed. And I know I'm not the only one that needs some smiles. There's plenty of us that has family members that doesn't feel good at the moment. There's Yeah. A lot of us, that doesn't really feel good. But we have each other, and that has to count for something. I don't think that's gonna make people laugh that bad, Tam. I think there's a tag or something in this sweater. Something is itching. I don't know what it is. I can't find it. You're almost caught up. That. Oh, you had to frog and now you're almost caught up with what you had to frog. That's good though. Hello, Ethel. No, I don't have a cold. I wish I had a cold, but it's yeah, I had a loss in the family, so talking about it, it had to be out and about, you know. Yeah, a little cry fest over here for a bit, but now hopefully we're happy again, or at least not crying anymore. I want to be done with crying for tonight, so um, let's keep it at that, right? I guess I can always bring out my new pin cushion. Um, that always brings some smiles. But um, I think I'm pretty good without the pin cushion at the moment. I did hide it um, a little bit. It's behind these clothes in the cubby hole somewhere, kind of there, I guess. It gets to hide there for um, not being in everyone's face, like in the kid's face. It, it's hiding. They don't need to see it. They don't need to know that their mom is twisted. um, Ricky, do you have a pattern for that one? Because I'd like to make one, but I can't just. I've seen it in the past. Um, just because I'm gonna share. I hope this is showing it good enough. She made a duck. It's a duck, but it's not a duck. It's a fist. It's a fingering fist. It's a what the duck. Yeah, that's what she did. I've seen it, and it's been on the list, but yeah. Oh, you got it from Etsy. That's the thing. I don't like buying from Etsy. I don't like Etsy. I don't know why. I just don't like Etsy. So that's why I didn't get that pattern. And Iceland is behaving right now. There's no new earthquakes, so I can not think about that for a bit. Don't have to. I wasn't gonna say worry, but I don't know if you guys remember. Last time the volcano on Iceland erupted was middle of my live stream. So I was like, yeah, if there's a time that this little volcano is gonna erupt, she's nicknamed Karen. Karen, the volcano on Iceland, is probably gonna erupt like really, really soon. But it would just be, perfect timing if she'd do that when I'm live again. Just because I love to see the first little spark and how it opens up. And I wouldn't be surprised if she'd do that to me again. Because she's a Karen, right? Yeah. Um, if you have good memories, dwell on those. Thank you. Yeah. Rita's back. You wish you could legally share with me, but you know what? We can trade. No, I'm just. There's. If you only knew what people do behind things. There's. But I get it. Totally get it. It's not easy being a designer and trying to sell your stuff because there's so many people just sharing left, right, and center. This row is just so slow with all these puffs. I just need to get through it so I can move on from this row. Because I know it's going to feel like I'm here forever. And it's not really the case. It's just puff stitch just takes longer time than most other stitches. Well, popcorns are not that fast either, but they do feel a little bit faster in a way. Because I don't get stuck and have to repeat and frog, undo, and yeah. I don't get that issue with popcorns. And these popcorns are actually pretty special. I don't know if you've ever seen popcorns that you do in 2 stitches. But these are popcorns that is 4 double crochets in 1 stitch and 4 double crochet in the next stitch. So there's 8 double crochets, but you also get like a bigger popcorn and then you crochet into them. See, that looks a little bit like what are the flowers called? There's like a flower that has a little opening like this. It reminds me of a flower that has kind of like a trumpety type of, not a trumpet, like is it the saxophone? Yeah, it's like the saxophone opening type of thing. There's some type of flower that has, I don't know, I'm rambling about flowers that I don't know the name of. I don't think I ever knew the name of that flower, but you think a crochet slash knit combination project with me and Rita would be interesting, both crafts in one project. You mean that like Rita could do half and I do something and then we switch? Is that the type of project we're talking about? Like, so half is crocheted and half is knitted? Have no idea what we could do, but Rita's working on some blue long socks. I know where they're yeah. I like the sound of blue long socks. But I would love the sound of even longer socks, but that's not now. But I'm curious about long socks. That's yes. Orchid. Maybe it's an orchid type of flower. Sounds interesting. Rita's liking the sound of a mix fiber collab thing. I don't know what type of crochet would be needed, but like, cause picking up stitches, could that happen? Like, could you do that on anything really? Because I want to say that it's probably easier to crochet into knitted stitches, like you'd put a border on a blanket that's knitted or something. But to pick up and create stitches to be able to knit from on a crocheted piece, then again, I don't knit, so it does sound a little bit complicated. And in my head, some small project to try it out, like a dishcloth or something, would probably be a good test run or something. A crochet and knit shawl where you both add your talent. Hmm. Picking up knit stitches is done a lot. Yeah, I know that you can pick up stitches, but from a crocheted piece where the stitches looks differently. Like, is that more tricky? Good night, Ethel. Thanks for hanging out. Because I know you can like crochet together a bunch of knitted squares into a blanket. Um, Hello, David. How are you doing today? Good to see you. But I don't think knitting together crocheted squares is as easy as crocheting together knitted squares. Athel has a big day tomorrow. I wonder what that means. A big day tomorrow. But maybe he's already poofed off to bed and can't answer the question. Oh, Rita, I did see that you posted pictures today of all your um, little figures that you're making one a day. So you're up to, you have one for each day? You're up to date? Well, I would assume so if you're knitting on socks, that you don't have to um, do more to catch up. Maybe you still have some spares in a drawer or something, maybe even. Possibly. Thanks everyone for thumbs up. There's plenty of thumbs up today. I'm also guessing that it's not just going to be that today, but that's one of those days. All good. Almost up to date. You need to sew eyes on some, and mom needs to stuff them. Oh, so you have mom helping you stuffing them. That is awesome. You're going to another place to look at another place to live that's dog friendly. That sounds really good. Is it bigger, smaller, good location, close to stores or whatever you need to have close by? That is important stuff, stores, transportation. Will you have a garden? If it's dog friendly, I would guess that you have some type of maybe outdoorsy space. It would make sense. Granny D has a Freshly brewed cuppa. That sounds awesome. Really good. Well, we're still working with the light blue. We're not into solid dark blue yet. But it feels like I've not done that many petals yet. One, two, three, and I'm on the fourth. It takes forever to work puff stitches on these ones. You're laying with your feet up. So if you go silent, we know you fell asleep. That sounds like a good thing, though. Resting is good. Would mom wake up if you make coffee now? Because you'd be noisy in the kitchen? I want after 8. I don't have any candy today. I had plenty yesterday, so I was like walking through the store. Should I get candy? I want some, but I don't need some. I had plenty yesterday. Yeah, no. Too much. Too much already this weekend, so I have my bubbly. And I'm happy with that. I did have a decent dinner, so I should be all good for many hours. That doesn't sound good, David. You've been in bed for 2 days? Walking distance of both the clinic and the park. That sounds good. You know, some home associations do not allow certain aggressive dog breeds in the US. Yeah, that happens. What breed is Hamish? I don't know what Hamish is, so I can't answer that. My neck is definitely feeling better today than it did, but it's crispy. Ooh, fun news. Maybe not news. Maybe it is. Um, now we're going down on in the one of the rabbit holes of my life. Melodifestivalen. Eurovision Song Contest is in May, and Sweden needs to figure out who's going to represent Sweden in Eurovision, right? So we did have what was it? Episode 4 out of 6 yesterday. And we're having some really good songs this year. That's just, there's always a very big mix. Some are really crappy and some are awesome. But it's also you get some good laughs out of these songs. There's a big chance that we might be sending someone that already won Melodifestivalen, but also won Eurovision for Sweden a bunch of years ago, because sometimes we have returning artists. So we might have one of those years. That's what the odds are. Betting stuff, people are betting that he might actually win Eurovision. I don't know. I think people have too high expectations just because we had Loreen winning with Euphoria a bunch of years ago and then she won again with Tattoo. And I guess everyone's hyping up. Can Sweden do it again? Can we have one that has already won for Sweden? Can we have it win again? Like, I know that there's a big chance of that being, what people think. And that's how they're going to vote. That we're going to send Måns again. He won with Heroes a bunch of years ago. I like the song, but that he has now, it isn't my favorite. Something, however, that I wasn't expecting, but I kind of was expecting. We've seen it a few times in Eurovision, but also in Melodifestivalen, that people vote for something that is shocking, that has a wow factor, that might be very, very different. That's how Finland won a bunch of years ago, because they sent Lordi with Hard Rock Hallelujah, with these people like just dressed up. That's how they won, because there was a lot of people that normally wouldn't watch Eurovision that like, oh, we're gonna vote for this because we need some hardcore metal or rock or whatnot to win. So there was a lot of people that just, it wasn't the normal audience that voted just because of that factor, that it's different. And I almost believe that's why Finland almost won again with Cha 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 and Kärje. But that's, when Loreen won for Sweden with Tattoo. But now we have an act in Sweden that was in Melodifestivalen yesterday that is a Finnish band. We did have 2 Norwegian twins representing Sweden last year, so there's nothing saying you can't be from another country. So we had a band from Finland, and they're singing about that they want to take a sauna, just sauna bathing. And it's a really catchy song. But in Melodifestivalen, you have to be in Sweden to vote. To be able to vote, right? So there was I don't know, it's kind of like a movement, or I don't know if it's, but there was a lot of people in Finland being a little bit not too happy about not being able to vote. And they're like, okay, trying to figure out workarounds like VPNs to try and be able to vote in Melodifestivalen. And I don't know if that's what happened, but we sent this song straight to the final in 2 weeks. I did not expect that one to go straight to the final. I would see that happen, like going to a kind of a semi situation. I could see that being a possibility, but I did not see that being like, oh, we're sending this one straight to the final. Cool. I don't know what you're referring to, Ricky, but Kärje, the winner, or you're talking about now, that was Kai, Bara Bada Bastu. It's on YouTube. I've seen so many people reacting to it already. There's so many videos of people reacting to Kai, Bara Bada Bastu. There's more reaction videos to that one, and this happened last night. Oh, that's a Finnish band. I've never heard of those. But this it's amazing, and it's terrifying that we might send these ones to Eurovision. Because I don't know, like, is it the Finns that hacked the system and were able to vote? Or is it that Swedes just like them? Are they just that good? I don't know. I have another favorite that I wish will be the winner for Sweden this year, but I do not know, with all the other stuff that I've seen now, if she still has a good chance or not. I don't know. Well, Viking metal sounds like something I would expect from Finns. You don't follow, but a few friends of yours were there yesterday. That's cool. I have only been to a Eurovision. I haven't been to a Melody Festival, but I've been to a Eurovision. And I don't remember what year it was. I just know that it was in Globen. We had Roger Pontare representing Sweden, and Denmark won with the Olsen brothers. Yeah. That's all I remember. I wasn't that. Yeah, that was many years ago. I talked about it before, but I just. It's not that hard to figure out what year it was. I just never bothered to do it. But this new Bara Bada Bastu, like it's really repetitive, and it's got a good beat, and it's definitely gonna be we call them here sommarplåga. It's we're gonna hear it all through the summer. Like it's gonna be in bars, from cars driving down the street. There's so many that's just gonna be playing this one loud. That's just yeah. I can see it being one of the most played songs this summer in Sweden. I don't know if the Finns like it as much because it is like a it's sung in Swedish, but like a Finnish accent or Finlandssvenska. It's catchy. Rita's listening to it. It is catchy. Let's go out on a venture here. We're gonna venture out. No more earthquakes. You can get used to it. You want it to win, you think? As I said, it's a different one. But yeah, it's just so that you guys can be a part of this insanity. I'm gonna drop the link to this song. And you can listen to it and come back. You're welcome. It might be like haunting your ears for a few days because it's catchy, but yeah. Let me know what you think when you've listened to it. I know that I saw someone doing a reaction video to it and be like, they have a fire pit on stage? Yeah. Nothing wrong with a little bit of a fire thing on stage. It's why would that be such a big thing? But it does feel like they're in, a woodsy cabin or something. Rita, don't sing out loud. You're gonna wake Mom up. So is that a thing now? Last year, Sweden had Norwegian twins, and this year, are we gonna send 3 men from Finland? Could sommarplåga be an earworm? Yes. Yes. You're trying to be quiet. There's definitely some dancing going on in the houses. I even stood up to dance. I was dancing in my living room to that song. Oh, he's singing about, sauna bathing. That's all it is. It's saunas. But it's a catchy beat. Indeed it is. But I don't know if that is what we should send to Eurovision or not. Because that would have no chance at all. I don't even think we'd get it out of a semi-final in Eurovision. It would be like the lowest rank Sweden would get in a Eurovision for like over a decade, probably. As well as people being like, what happened to Sweden? They totally lost it this year. uh, I'm seeing less and less of the light in here. Let's see. There's just this little stripe left. Do you see it? A little bit of the light blue. The other one has way more. Still plenty of the light blue in here. I do like that the switches on the colors has been in different places for these two cakes. So they haven't happened like too close to each other. Making it even a more gradual fade, if that makes sense. Okay, where? Hmm. Catchy if you can understand it. That also very true. And we do know that Finns love their saunas. That's just very stated facts. Oh, that one. I found out something really nice today. Very just random. I had a bit of a weird day. But when Big Kid left today, he went to the bus. I took the bus with him because I was like, well, I can go shopping or just go pick up some food or something. I need to do something, right? Because I need to eat. So I took the bus with him up to the bus station. So he switched to his bus and I jumped on another bus. So I was on the other bus. I was like, okay, let's go to one store. Because I couldn't make up my mind. And I was sitting texting to a friend. And then all of a sudden, I passed the bus stop that I planned to get off at. So I jumped up at the next stop and I took a walk to another store. Because I don't know. It just happened, right? So I got an unplanned walk for a bit, and then I went to the store, and I was just walking in circles in the store for 40 minutes. I was like, I don't know what to get. I don't know what I want. I don't know what to do. Hello Tina. How are you doing? Good night, Rikia. Nice to have you here. So it was just walking around in circles at the store, and then I got out of the store, and I was like, because from that store, it's the closest store, but I can jump on the bus and just go one stop, and it's a little bit closer, because I did have 2 bags, and it was a little heavy. And when I buy, just one, a little bit of things, then I'll just walk. But I had a little bit of, weight with me, so I'd rather take the bus. And the bus leaves every 30 minutes, and I walk out there, and it's like, oh, the last bus left 3 minutes ago. 27 minutes, the next bus. How awesome is that? Not. So I was like, okay, let's walk home. And I took a little bit of it, not a big detour at all. I can walk between houses and end up at my place. Or I can walk a little bit more of a straighter road and go past a couple of stores where I normally never do. I usually just zigzag between the houses because that's a little bit more convenient. But I was like, let's go up to the store and see if it's open, because I know that they sell spices in like really, really big packages, because it's just a little corner store with a lot of, spices, herbs. I don't know how, if you guys have that, but it's one of them stores has like, I don't know if it's the similar to where Rita goes to buy meat, like a halal store, but it's just like a lot of foreign foods. It's not like, I don't know if it's, I think it's a mix. We have Asian stores, but it just feels like a mix. So I can't really say that it's a certain type of food store. But I know that they have plenty of spices and in bigger packages. And I go through dill like I don't even know. I got my little tiny glass container at the grocery store the other day, and that was like 16 grams for 20 crowns. That's like $2. And I was like, that's ridiculous. I use one of those in a week. I was like, And I popped my head into the store. I was like, let's see what they have. And like 150 grams instead of the 16 grams for 35 crowns. So I get like 10 times more for like not even double the price. Like, yes, please, thank you. I'll take this one. Just very random. But then I had to pass another store that wasn't anything. It's been an empty space for quite some time. And I walked past, it's like, there's lights on. It's not just an empty space. I was like, I have a pizzeria. I had to go in there. It's like, how long have you been here? Like, a month? Like, do you have a menu that I can take with me? Because I need to, like, I can almost see it from my house. And I've not had any food places really close to me, which has been good in certain ways, that I, have to move a bit to take a long walk. And since either taking a long walk or the bus, get out of the house isn't that appealing every day, you don't do it very often. So I guess this is not good for my wallet, but it's nice to know that there's something close by, because I didn't have that. So that was a happy accident, I guess. But my afternoon was just really weird. Yeah. I usually never miss out on my bus stop. But also I couldn't really make up my mind. Like, before I even went out, I was like, what am I gonna eat? I got some water and some salt into a pot, and I was like, let's boil some water to make pasta. the pot and the salt is still on the stove. I turned it on and then I turned it off. And then I took a shower and decided, no, I'm going to the store. Yeah. Sometimes you just don't know what you want. Sometimes everything turns random. You ordered food on Friday and today again you didn't want to make food. Sometimes you have days like that. Kind of like I was planning today. Like my first initial plan was to go take the bus with Big Kid and go to the pizzeria next to the train station. But somewhere along the line I decided no, it's better to go to the store and because I have other things I need to get as well and it's better for my wallet to go to the store. So I, you know, it was just not knowing what I wanted. There was something else I was thinking about earlier, but now I can't remember that either. Like, have I been crocheting anything else since last time I was hanging out with you guys? And I don't think so. I don't think I really have done anything else than this. You're getting good at speed shopping when the home care is there for 45 minutes. But then you do have some good planning ahead and making some list of foods that you want to make so you know what you need to get, right? Have I eaten today? Well, am I drinking properly? Well, I'm drinking. Properly, I don't know. But I'm drinking. But I do, I did make proper food. So that is not anything I worry about today. I even planned ahead so that I have leftovers for a few days. Oh, mom can be alone for 10 minutes. That is good though. I thought I would have solid blue by now. I was expecting the majority of these puffs to be solid blue, but we're far from that. Now I'm starting to think that we might be able to pull this whole row off before we get the solid blue, but I'm probably going to be wrong on that. I don't know how many petals I've done or puffs. Hello Maritza, how are you doing? Good to see you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm halfway. And I think there's a color change soon. There it is. There's a color change, so yeah. Then we will have 4 blue, dark blue strands on one, and then just 1 light blue from the other cake. We're getting there. Should we do a switcheroo to the down cam? I don't know. maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Because it's probably more interesting to watch me crochet. I think. Let's, for easiness, do. Okay. And what do we have here? Is it looking somewhat okay? I think. Maybe. Okay. And better light. You're knitting and your eyes are closing. You blame mom for snoring. Yes, you go get some candy. Sounds like a good plan. Don't know how to keep it from sliding down. I wish I had gotten more than halfway by now, but no. I'm only halfway. You need to put cheese doodles in small bags? Oh, you mean so you don't do it so noisy? Put them in smaller, not so noisy bags. That is smart though. Does mom wake up easy? Good thing knitting isn't very noisy. And here's the color change. Do you guys see it? A little teeny tiny knot. Eight out of 13 stripes. Well, if you just get, time to sit down and relax and knit stuff, I bet that you would have that done in no time. But with mom taking all your time and energy, totally get that it's taking longer.
Yeah, better not wake people that's sleeping. I agree. Hello, Kivia. How are you doing? Good to see you. You were listening to someone for an hour, and in that time you were up from your chair 16 times because mom didn't want to rest. Oh. Well, I guess she can't move around, and restless will happen, right? She'll get restless and wants to do stuff, not just sit all day. You can easily get 10,000 steps in every day. You've lost 4 kilos since she came home. I guess that's both good and bad because you also need to rest yourself in between all of that running around. There we go. Like so. Yeah, you need to rest. Nope, I need to redo that. I got stuck on something. You got a new Japanese mattress? And you're sleeping better. That's good. Better sleep is good. Okay, so over here we have the first one I did with puffs. So we are halfway. Still have all of these over here. Something similar to what Spoon had to sleep in when she was in the hospital with Teaspoon, maybe. But it's good that you got everything figured out. Your mom's new bed takes so much more space than her old bed, and all the space needed for, to be able to get her in and out of bed. Welcome back. Just stretching a little bit, that's why you're not seeing any movement. But also, stretching fingers is good. It's looks like it's a match, but it's definitely not as a good match. More of a olivey green, and my nails are very much tealy. Yeah, you have a lot of things. Are you thinking about getting a bigger place? Because I think that you could get something, some help with the same people that was doing like the adjustments for, well, all the things that was needed to sort out. You don't want to move again? I totally get that. Okay. And come here. You need to sort out the storage. Oh, you need hubby to watch her so you can sort out storage. Like the storage in the basement? Or what storage? Oh, you want to rent some storage? What would you put there? Yarn? I hope not. But yeah, you do have an extra bed. Because you got her, she's got a hospital bed. And the bed she did have. Or did you get rid of that? Yarn and clothes? So you're gonna rent storage to put yarn in. Oh yeah, fabrics. Yeah, you have plenty of fabrics. That you do have. We do see a bit of a difference in the darkness on this one compared to this one. With only one strand of light. And here's 2 strands of lights. A little bit of a difference is noticeable. be yours and your sanctuary. Well, let me know if you need any help. So how much yarn and stuff do you need to store there? That's the question. Because I already told you, like, there's plenty of room here. You can always store stuff here if you need to. Yeah, you do have easy access if it's close to you, though, compared to if it's here. And if you can't leave mom for long times, then yeah, you definitely have an easier option. Yeah, you can get there while the home care people is looking after mom. That is good. Anyone in the mood to make the puff stitches for me? I am so not in the mood to make them right now. But I want to finish this. I have no idea what else I should do, to be honest. This is easy enough, but I just don't like the puffs. Thank you, Tracy. So I went to dollar store the other day and I saw that they had, it's like a ribbon yarn, but it's not ribbon. I want to say that it's like t-shirt yarn maybe, that is cut into strips. And they're selling them in like really big skeins, cones. No, it's not cones, but yeah, it's skeins. But they're really big ones. And I was like, I wonder how big this pattern would be if I made it out of that really thick ribbon yarn. That would be a rug. Remind me, Rita. Yeah. I might need to remind, but for sure I could bring my scissors. But making a rug in this pattern out of that yarn, that would be a big one. Because this is just what? Could we, would it be close to a DK maybe? Maybe I'd say that this could be a DK. And that would, that's really, really thick yarn. I think it's even thicker than, yeah, it's probably thicker than this. But yeah, it's, so making this pattern out of that yarn, I I want to do it, but I'm on a, not buying any yarn. We're not buying yarn here, so that will have to wait for next year. But it's definitely something that I want to, at the moment, that is one thing I want to do. Oh. My foot is sleeping. It's not comfortable. They will fall asleep now and then, all the time. That's just what they do. I'm thinking I might have to do some adjustments to the pattern. I think I'm gonna just redo what I did on this petal and make it the same size. Because here you can see that there's one row of these puffs and then there's one row, and on the next row we have the puffs, and then there's like 2 rows, but 2 layers I should say. There's more than 2 rows. There's actually 2 rows in between here. But they do get bigger and bigger every row. It's something added to it. These 2 rows are very similar, but I do think there's there's one thing added. So there's like one thing added every layer of petal, but I'm worried that the yarn's gonna be not enough to make what the petal is supposed to look like according to the pattern. Because I think this is actually a petal where there's supposed to be 2 levels of puffs. Yeah. If we look at this one, we do have 1 level of puffs and then there's another level of puffs. So that's what the row I'm working on should look like, but I don't think we have enough yarn to make another row of puffs. So I think I'm just gonna replicate this part and make it the same as this one. I also need to attach these petals somehow to this part because that's how it's attaching. So I need to attach that sooner than I would have if I had, because it's always done on like the last row or the first row of the next level of petals. It's hard to explain, but they're all attached. So I need to do the attaching of this one to the back one later. But yeah, no, we're not doing this outer puff. There's not enough yarn for that, unfortunately. But at least this is how, yeah, this is what the full pattern looks like when you do all of the rows. I have also done a few where I've added like my own, like a next level of petals, but that is not a part of the pattern. That was me making it up as I went, kind of thing. So alterations to this pattern has been done a couple of times in the ones I've already done. Nothing new there. Let's get you back up here. Oh, and it does have a kind of a fun texture on the back. It's creating all of these like little pockets almost. It is kind of fun from this side as well. They're not that big, but it's behind. Here is a pocket that's, here we have one of them pockets, and that's ending up just behind the petal. So that's how you create the next one. You make a pocket. Oh. Somehow I just felt like, I don't know, now I'm boring because I'm not saying anything. It happens. Kind of a little bit of an emotional roller coaster today. We've had some ups and some deep downs. So I guess I don't know. I just lost my breath or something. Just, not lost. We have a saying, but maybe it's a very Swedish saying. I don't know. It just, yeah. I just lost momentum, I guess. Thank you, Tam. But I feel like I needed this. And I really appreciate everyone that come and hang out. Yeah, it's never easy. Yeah, and that taking care of kids is just, yep, part of being a parent. Supporting through everything. No, when I folded it, you can kind of see where it starts. That's what it looks like when you switch, or the start of the row. Hidden behind another petal, which is really nice. It's sneaky, so you never see where the rose ends, because it's hidden. So we do have that. In this petal we have it here, and then we have it over here, so it's like shifted, but it's always hidden. You feel like you got a kid. Taking care of mom is like taking care of a kid. Yeah, she does need a lot of help. Need some more in my glass. It ran out. Whoopsie. Remember to hydrate. And remember to wear seatbelts. Yep, that needs to be said over and over. Yes. Now we're pink. Pink bubbly. Iced coffee that was in the fridge. That is good that you found something that isn't gonna wake mom up. That's good. Salted caramel, but it's coffee. Sounds good though. Rita, what you said you had the Malmö choklad at Ica. Which one? Is it the Ica Maxi or where? No, where's the Ica you said that you found the chocolate? Because you just said the Ica near you, but like where? Because I know there's a Coop at the train station, and then there's a Hemköp in where you went to the post office. And then there's like next to the store you went to, the halal store, where I told you that the church just next to it is where I grew up. It was so fascinating. Rita took us on a little trip when she went to the store to go and get meat. And I was like, I'm recognizing the neighborhood. Like, where is she going? And then the store is like, um, almost a vaccinatori. You're going Wednesday. You're going to get me chocolate. No. If I'm going into Tuesday, I'm gonna go and get me some chocolate. Tell you that much. Um, but when Rita went to go do some shopping, I realized that like that's the church in the background where I learned to ride a bicycle in their parking lot. Like I used to live, like you could see the house from the store where I grew up, where I lived until I was 12, 11 or 12 I think I was when mom bought the house in the countryside and moved out of town. But it was just like we've seen Rita on her trips back and forth to the hospital and around town. It's like, yeah, I know where you're at. I know where you're at. It's like, hey, you're in my old backyard. I used to live there. Behind the church is the school that I went to. Like the city is kind of big, but yeah, you end up in my old neighborhoods. Thought that was kind of funny. They are rebuilding the school. Yeah, they've been doing that for years. They started closest to the old highway. And there's like a 2-story building there, or is it the 3-story building? And that used to be a 1-story building where I went to first and second grade. But I went there from first to sixth grade. And then I went to the green school at Baxalatori. I don't remember where did you post a picture or something where that was in the background? Or was it a video? I don't remember. But you posted something. I was like, yeah, that's my old school. It's Sweden's 4th largest city. And I see my old neighborhood in Rita's videos. It's kind of fun. Welcome back, doggy. Are you feeling better now? It was a video. Yeah. I don't know where Katrine is. Haven't seen her today. I talked to her a few days ago. But I haven't seen her today. I don't like getting stuck in puff stitches. But I do feel like we're getting closer to the end. You have an idea for those long, long socks? Ooh. Are you gonna share it, or is it gonna be a surprise? You're gonna go and take a walk and calm down? That sounds like a good plan. It's worth a try. I like the sound of that you have plans for the long, long socks, Rita. And in one way, I want to know, and in one way, it's like surprise me. You know? You're gonna start on the heels and knit up. Oh, that makes sense, though. Feels like that would be the easy way to go, and then you know that, okay, if you're starting to run out of yarn, they're gonna be as long as whatever the yarn allows it for, right? Good plan. Yeah, also, yeah, trying on as you go definitely makes sense. For sure. You're gonna do them both at the same time. That also sounds good. That you know that they're gonna be same or close to same and not have to think too much about it. Smart. Not like with the blue ones you're doing now, where you just made one and it turned out way longer than you planned. But then again, that one's easy to replicate because you're just doing the um. Well, what did you call them? Ridges? You said 8 out of 13. I don't know what you called them. Ridges, something maybe. And also second sock syndrome avoided. Smart. Banana socks. Yes. That's the blue ones you're doing now. They're banana socks. But like if you call them anything special with that like ridge thing or whatever it is that you were counting to make them even. Riller. Is that what they're called? Shaky, shaky, shaky. Feels like I've been here forever today, but I haven't even been here for 3 hours. A bit different feeling today. Usually I get the feeling that I'm having right now closer to like 5, 6 hours. That's like, is it time to wrap it up? We start to have nothing to talk about. Yeah, no, it's just me being a little meh at the moment, I think. Thank you. There was so many times after I started this that I was like, should I have done it differently? Because I did ask if I should start with the green or the blue as the center. But maybe it would have been too similar to the other one if I had started with the blue as the center. having it blue, yellow, and green, as like green being leaves at the outside kind of thing. Like this one kind of feels like a flower going out into leaves, right? I do like that thought, but they don't necessarily need to look the same, all of them. And I do think that this would have been very, very similar, having like a blue flower going out to yellow and then green. So I think, like, if I had picked, I would have gone for blue first, just to get something similar to this one. But repeating myself is also boring, so I'm, pushing my boundaries. I'm pushing myself, trying something new here. And in this case, thicker yarns, mostly. Okay. 2 more. It's only these 2 left, because over here we have puffs. So I only have 28 puffs left to go, and then we're done with puffs. I wouldn't say forever, but at least in this project. Yay! Anyone have any fun plans for this week? You're gonna finish my socks and then the sweater? You know what? We have a color change. We're going into solid blue. Now we have solid blue for 1.5 petal. And of course I get stuck. So are they coming home to you, the PT and the speech therapist? Like, are they... I'm guessing they're coming to you, so you don't have to go anywhere with mom for that. Or how does that work? You're gonna try cross stitch and diamond painting. That is nice. So they come home. That is nice. Because moving mom to go to all the appointments, that would be a lot of moving her around. Yeah, no. Doesn't sound like the smartest thing to do. Hello, Moonrose. Good to see you. How are you doing today? You asked for a new chair for her? Do you think they can fix that? They should be able to fix that. It's awesome though that they can do adjustments as you see that there's issues. I might have said hi to you earlier. I'd rather say hi to you an extra time than forget you or miss you. It's just one of them days. You're trying to do something small and you're gonna send a picture later if you remember. Awesome. Sounds great. Hmm. I am. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't do another round of puffs. So that's what we got. We got a half light and the rest solid blue on that. And we have the last, is it 14? Puffsies. I had no idea how long this took, but it feels like it took forever. Bara bastu. Is that what you're listening to now, Rita? Is that your new jam? I don't like the thought of sending them to Eurovision. Not at all. But I also is not the biggest fan of letting Måns win again. I want to see Klara Hammarström. It's her time to shine. She's been so good all the time. Like many, many, many times now. And I really feel like it's her time. We have a couple of really good, like they end up like number 2, number 3 every year. Can we just send one of those now that has been there for like 4 times? Really tried hard and done a great job. Volcano is keeping calm. My pants look gray, but I actually got new pants. They're blue. I don't know how many colors I have of this same same pattern. I have green, purple, red, gray, and now these are blue, but you can't tell that they're blue. Oh well. They're comfy, and that's all that matters. You think we should send Kai to Eurovision? Rusta. They're like extra thick, like fleecy, soft on the inside. For like, I want to say 69 crowns. They sell them as like thermal. There's also sweaters. Like långkalsonger och undertröjor. I don't know. Thermals. Long johns and sweaters. You need that in my life. Well, these like Christmassy stars and whatnot. The pattern is the same year after year, but they've done different colors. But you've seen them before, because I've been running around in them on my live streams many times. Just other colors, because these ones are totally new. I got them out of the package today, because I got them the other day. Really good when you're cold. Which I am in my cold apartment. Updates on my apartment. Still cold. Yep. Nothing really new on that front. I think, was it last week? I talked to the maintenance guy and he's like, I found a similar problem in another building. And he realized that the basement was cold. There is, heater radiators in the basement in all of these buildings that has basement storage. But I guess sometime in the past, to save some money, I guess the landlord decided, no, we don't need to heat up the basements because that's just a waste. Clearly not, because that might be the root cause of everything, that it's, cold basement. But I have no idea how long they're expecting it to take to heat the basement up, because now it's been, I want to say, a week and a half or something since they turned on the heat down there. No, maybe a little bit more even. And still nothing really changed. So yeah. You got some new fabric to make new leggings? Yeah, I'm jealous. You had some really pretty ones. You have fun fabrics to do that out of. But you also has the skills to make them. But I am happy that I have these ones that I have. They're not as fancy as yours, but they'll do the job. Oh, yes, I am paying rent, and I'm also paying my electricity, and whenever they have sorted out the issues, I will be reimbursed. They just need to do all of that at once. To be like, how long did it take to fix it, and just calculate all of it at once. So I'm not worried at all. That's just how it works here. And it's all good. I am not worried at all. You don't have to do that, Rita. I finished Puffsies. Yay me. So what do I need to do now for next row? I just need to do an edging, I think. They're just going to be deducting that from whatever I have to pay the following months. So yeah, I'm not going to see any money in between. Unfortunately. One, two, three. And I'm supposed to skip that one, skip that one. Oh yeah, right. Because it's not just, my rent that they would be deducting from, I guess. Since they put they put the radiator here. My electricity bill has done whatever that one's done. And that's also, I pay my electricity and then I just show them my bills afterwards and like, you put the radiator in my apartment, reimburse my electricity. And they can't do anything about that until they see my bills, right? So that's also a part of the equation. Can I count to 12? Yes, I could. Good thing I still know how to count to 12, even though my head is scrambled. And picot. Or is that one supposed to be in the same stitch? Yes, that's supposed to be in the same stitch. No, that's not right, is it? Skip that. Oh, yep, that's the right one. Well, they're, they gave me the heating, the radiator, so it's not, yeah, it's habitable enough. If the issue had been worse than it is, then yeah, they could have sorted it out in different ways. Um, um, I'm not sure the basement is the issue though. That's just one of the things that they're checking because there's I don't know if you heard when I talked about that I was joking with the guy, my maintenance guy, because he's been doing so many things. Like there was radiators that was issues, there was ventilation that caused issues. Now he's talking about the basement causing issues. He's been here with a heat camera, like where is the heat going, or like where do I have cold spots in the apartment. He's done so many things to try and figure out what's going on here. And I was like, I don't know how much you've done, but you've done so much. And I, both him and his colleagues are scratching their heads. Like, I have all these sensors in my apartment to try and figure out what's going on. And that is also not looking correct. Like, they're just scratching their heads. Like, his boss is sitting watching my monitors a couple of times a day, apparently, trying to figure out what's going on. They don't know. So the last thing I said was like, well, maybe I have a ghost. Maybe we need to call like a medium or a psychic or like an exorcist or something. Like maybe that's what we need to resort to figure out what's going on here. Like maybe I have a ghost. I don't know. Yeah, that was a couple of good laughs over that. Well, I don't know if the basement will sort it out because I figure like by now it should be fairly decently heated down there, and I do not see any difference at all in my apartment on the heating front. So I don't think that's fixing it all. Because like I have a couple of windows that's drafty. I don't know if that's the thing. Like, do I need new windows? I don't know. And that's not going to happen overnight. if that would be the case. Yeah, 'cause that would happen. No, the thing is, like, my temperature in my apartment has been steady, pretty much 18 degrees since I moved in here. It was awesome during the summer when it was like warm outside, right? When it was like 30 degrees outdoors and I had 18, I was like, I don't need no air condition. I just go home and my apartment is cool. So I'm not sad about it in that way. But a couple of more degrees indoors during this cold period, yes, please, that would be appreciated. I do love these little, like, pointy, crisp edges you get on these ones. Like the extra little, um, just single crochets outside of these puffs. It makes it look really nice. I don't know why. I do really like that. Maybe that's why one of the things that made me make this pattern so many times. Okay. You're falling asleep. Good night, Rita. Sweet dreams. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like I should wrap it up soon. Um, yeah, it's been a day. It's been a week. It's been a lot. But if I go to sleep now, I'll have plenty of more energy tomorrow. And hopefully I can pop in a few times this week. If I'm going to Rita's on Tuesday, then most likely I'll maybe be home late and maybe tired. So I guess there's a lower chance for that on Tuesday, but you never know. Maybe I'm all bubbly after hanging out with Rita. I feel like I need to share all the bubbliness. Never know. Jessica's still hanging out in the scrap basket. Have you been cozy in the scrap basket? And there's David, also in the scrap basket. I'll be sore in my neck. And that could also happen. Night night. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that way too. 3.5 hours almost. And David is tired too. Everyone's tired. Yep. Seems to be the theme at the moment. So, how about we just call it a night for now? And who knows, maybe this is finished by the time you see it. Because even though I'm probably, I'm popping out of here, I'm not going to go to bed yet. But some rewinding and downtime is always needed. I'm not tired enough to go to bed at this point. That much I can tell you. But you guys, it's been awesome as always. And you're hungry, not tired? Yeah, you go get something to eat. Yeah, let's hope to see you guys here during the week. If not, I'll be posting my sandwich cake videos. Most likely you'll get either that or a live stream. Yeah. They need to get out there because I know you guys want to see it. So, I love you all. It's been awesome. Bye bye bye. And see you soon.